Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 1, Unit 1.1 through 1.4 review. Remember to show all your work and to circle your final answer. Part 1. Use substitution to determine whether the given value is a solution to the equation. So what they want to know is x equals -5 a solution. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in -5 everywhere we see an x. Okay? So we have 4 equals 2/3 times -5 plus 9 plus 1/3 -5. Okay? Now, we already know that the left side equals 4. Okay? Now, to figure out the right side, what I would do is just plug it all into a calculator. Okay? So, we have 2 divided by 3 times -5 plus 9 plus 1 divided by 3, or 1/3, times -5. And when you plug all that in, if you type it in correctly, you'll get the right answer, which is 4. So, is it a solution? Yes, it is. All right, now 2 is doing the exact same thing, except you're using -1/2. Why don't you guys pause the video and try and see if you can get it yourself. Good luck. Okay, and when you do all the work on that, you should get that 1 that equals 1, so that is a solution. All right, number 3. Now the next part says to solve each equation and give exact answers and, whoops, what else did it say? No decimals, reduce fractions, okay? So for number 3, what I'm going to do is, I need a little bit more room, so I'm just going to cancel that part out and get back to the problem. So remember that there's multiplication right here. When you're getting rid of a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so those cancel, and you're left with x equals, oops, get back up there. All right, and do -21 times -4 divided by 3. And you get positive 28. Okay, and remember that was supposed to be a -4/3. Now, in 4, a lot of you guys had trouble with this in class. And so to do this, I'm just going to rewrite it. So -n comes out front, and that is a positive 8. That equals 10. So following SADMAP, you subtract 8 to both sides. And remember, don't forget about the -n, okay? That stays negative. It's a -1. To get it by itself, you divide by -1, and we'll get your final answer of n equals -2. Okay? So there are your answers so far. 5. Once again, SADMAP. First thing that we need to do is to get rid of the subtraction, and we're left with m/4 equals 8. The next thing to do would be to multiply both sides by 4, because it's division, so that cancels out, and you get an answer of m equals 32. Okay? All right, let's keep on going. Number 16, let's see if you guys can do this one by yourself. Go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. Okay, for number 6, all you had to do was to add the 7 to both sides, and when you add 7, you get 23 equals y. All right, for 7, I would try to combine your like terms first, and you might start freaking out, oh, Mr. Grice, those are fractions. Well, they are, but 2/3 plus 1/3, they have the same denominator. Even if you want to do it in your calculator, you can. You get 1. Okay, so that's 1x minus 8. Okay, And from here, it shouldn't be that hard because now all you got to do is add 8 to both sides. Those cancel, and you get 2 equals x. And you're done. All right, number 8. You can combine your like terms, and the negative 12.8 stays the same over there. And on the right side, you have 0.5 minus 3.7. And you get negative 3.2. To get the m by itself, you need to divide both sides by negative 3.2. Okay? And when you do negative 12.8 divided by negative 3.2, you get a total of 4. All right, let's move on down. Okay, for 13, we have to distribute. What do we need to distribute? Well, we got that negative 4. Okay, so we get 13w, and now distribute, we get negative 8w plus 20 equals 15. Now, let's see if you guys can do the rest of this by yourself. You're going to need to combine your like terms and then follow the rules of SADMAP, okay? So pause the video, and good luck. Okay, and when you divide both sides by 5, well, you combine, you get 5w plus 20 equals 15, subtract the 20, and then divide by 5, you get w equals negative 1. All right, 10. We need to distribute the negative 2/3. So we get 10 equals negative 2/3 times 9 equals negative 6. So negative 6x. A negative times a negative is positive. So now I know it's just 2/3 times 3, which is 2. All right, now that all the scary stuff's away, all we're doing is SADMAP. We get 8 equals negative 6x. I'm going to divide that by negative 6. That gives me a fraction. The only thing you need to do is see if you can reduce, and you can reduce that by dividing both sides by 2. And we get our answer of negative 4/3 equals x. All right, 11. Now, we have variables on both sides, so I'm going to move the smaller variable. So that means we have to add 3n to both sides. And we get negative 4 equals 7n plus 10. Okay? So, next step would be to subtract 10 to both sides to cancel out the 10. And you get negative 14 equals 7n. To get the n by itself, we divide both sides by 7. And our final answer is negative 2 equals n. Okay? And I'm just going to move that so it's right there. So negative 2 equals n. Okay, we got 2 more on this side. This might look like a lot, guys, but it's really not that bad. Okay? So on the right side, we need to distribute. And same thing on the left, we're going to need to distribute. So you get 9y minus 36 plus 2y equals 2y minus 2 plus 7y. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can do the rest of this one all by yourself. Good luck. Okay, and when you're done, after you combine like terms, okay, combining like terms, I got 11y on one side and 9y on the other. Subtracted the smaller and got 2y. Okay, just get the 36 to the other side and then divide by 2. So we get y equals 17. All right, number 13, a little bit more work, but don't be scared. They're only fractions. Okay, we need to distribute. 1/3 times 18 actually gives you 6m, and 1/3 times 15 gives you 5. If you need to use a calculator, use it. All right. So when we distribute on the right side, 1/4 times 4 is 1m. 1/4 times 12 is 3 plus 5m. Okay. So now on the right side, we can combine our like terms. And we get 6m plus 5 equals 6m plus 3. All right, the next step would be to get your variables to one side. So I'm moving the smaller one, but they're both the same. And when we do that, we get 5 equals 3. Does 5 equal 3? Hopefully you're saying, no, Mr. Grice, it doesn't. Okay, so what that means is our answer here is no solution. All right, let's go ahead and flip it over. Now, the directions here tell us to round answers to the nearest hundredth, which is the second decimal spot. Okay? So, 14, let's go through it together. We need to distribute, and we're distributing a -1. Okay? So we get 3x minus 4 plus x, because the negative times the negative is positive. And now we need to distribute on the back. And we get -2x plus 10 plus 6x minus 14. Okay? I need to combine my like terms, and on the left side we get 4x minus 4. Okay, on the right side, combine your x's. We get 4x. The next step would be is to combine your numbers. 10 minus 14 is -4. The next step would be to get your variables to one side. I'm moving the smaller one, and it's the same, and they both cancel out, and we're left with -4 equals -4, which is a true statement. So our answer is infinite solutions. Okay, just because it says to round to the second decimal doesn't mean we're going to have to round. But sometimes it does. Okay. Now, 15's got some big numbers, but don't get freaked out, guys. I want you to go ahead and distribute and combine like terms, and let's see how you do. Pause the video, and good luck. Okay, so after you combine like terms, that should be where you're at. Okay, so I need to move the smaller variable, which is the -108w. And then we get 180 equals 48 plus 156w. Okay? To get the variable by itself, I'm going to subtract the 48. And 180 minus 48, you should get 132 equals 156w. The last step is to divide by 156. And when you divide that, 132 divided by 156, we get 0.846. And they asked us to round to the second variable, or the second decimal, I'm sorry. So the 6 tells me to round up, so we get 0.85. Okay, and remember, anytime you round, you got to use those squiggly marks, okay? All right, number 16 is not too bad. Why don't you guys go ahead and pause it and do the whole thing by yourself. Good luck. Okay, so there's all of my work. The last thing that we had to do was divide the negative 14.1 divided by 1.8, and you get negative 7.88, or 833333333. And the only thing that I forgot to do is I rounded it, so I got to use the squigglies. Okay. All right, last one. Bigger numbers, I'll be nice, we'll do this one together. Okay? Now, look to see which variable is the smallest. And we're going to move that to the other side. Those cancel. We're left with 51.56 equaling, we got negative 47 points. Oh, you know what, guys? Mr. Grice is a little out of it today, okay? We have to move the smaller variable. That's the 47.78. I'm sorry. So I got to make sure you look at both sides. All right, so we got the 51.56, and then we got negative 29.28 plus 47.78, and we get 18.5. And then we still have that negative 68.82. Okay? So now subtract the 51.56 to both sides because we want the variable by itself. We get 18.5m equaling, we have negative 68.82 minus 51.56, and we get negative 120.38. The last step would be is to divide by 18.5, divide by 18.5, and we get m. I have a feeling we're going to round that one, so I'm just going to put the squigglies down right away. So divide that by 18.5. Okay, 0 is my second decimal. There's a 7 right there, so which means that rounds to negative 6.51. And that's your answer. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, you need to come see Ms. Carranza or myself. Oh, hey, look, guys, there's all the answers. Anyways, come in, get some help, so Ms. Carranza and I can help you out. Otherwise, that's going to be it for Algebra 1, Unit 1.1 through 1.4 review. Good luck on your test or your quiz, and thanks for watching.